and go from there.
First of all, second place you were picked the other day. I mean, it sound about right, or I mean, just kind of how do you handle that? I guess.
I think it's a lot more about where we finished than it is where we start. Flattered that we got the votes we got. To be honest with you, still don't know enough about the league to really know where we stand. I think we got a lot of work to do before that even becomes part of what we even discuss. We got so many other challenges, to be honest with you. But it was encouraging to see what the rest of the coaches and everybody in the league seem to think about us. So it just gives us a place to start.
Lafayette, they were unanimous picked, and obviously, you picked them too. Obviously, and just kind of, it seems like all the coaches are agreeing that it's Lafayette, and everyone's kind of chasing it. I think that's kind of the theme here preseason.
Probably, I think they've got the most momentum coming back with returners and where they finished and what they've got coming back. Pieces of the puzzle, I think, puts them in a position where we kind of feel like they're the ones to knock off. But the parity in the league is really, really good. I think there's a lot of people that could be ranked one spot above or one spot below at any point. I think everybody's good enough to win. And so it's a challenge every week. Sure, you got to be ready to play every week.
Did you spend much time this summer watching film on them, or do you do that kind of a week or a couple weeks before?
This summer has still been spent mostly on us. Just trying to develop who we are. May not need to admit this, but really didn't spend any time on any of our conference opponents. Now, my coordinators did some on their own, probably a little bit at a time, but we've got, again, such a challenging start and still getting to know each other, kids getting to know us. We spent most of our time just dealing with how do we build our team, and how do we get us ready for it, and how do we eliminate mistakes on our end. We'll just deal with whatever opponent we got.
There's a lot of quarterback shuffling going on around the league. Quarterbacks being such a huge part of
Well, when you're putting a new guy in that role, you can practice all you want, put him in situations in practice to try to prepare him, but until you get in a game situation, none of us will really know how he's going to respond. We're fortunate in the fact that Freddie's been in that role, did really well when he came in the backup role last year. The whole game was as good a job as you expect a young guy to do. So, yeah, it'll affect all of us in different ways. The guys that have a seasoned veteran quarterback, you got to feel like they're ahead of the game in that sense. Those of us that are breaking in a new one, we're going to deal with some of the mistakes they make. But at the same time, it's exciting because if they play their potential, play their skill level, then it creates some really fun football.
Coach, do you have any expectations? What are kind of some of the things you're expecting from the team this season?
Really, the only expectation I have of them is that they're going to come and work as hard as they can every day. I mean, that's it. We're going to deal with us on a daily basis. We won't ever look past an opponent. Right now, the only one we got is Montana State. We won't spend a whole lot of time talking about those guys for the next few weeks. It'll just be about daily preparation and work ethic and team and family. Those are the things we deal with every day. There just won't be any conversation about anything other than that. We look up down the road and we're playing better than we think, or we're playing well enough to be in the mix, then we'll be excited about it, but it definitely won't be something we talk about until we earn it. We haven't earned that right yet.
Coach, for opposing fan bases who have been used to the high-octane Arkansas State offenses and whatnot, that was your background in North Carolina. Can we expect the same thing? What do we expect from a team you coach?
Offensively, we're going to play as fast as we can possibly play, as fast as the officials will let us play. We've consistently been one of the fastest operating teams in the country. At my stops before here, and I brought Walt Bell with me, who knows that and played in that system. That's what it will operate as. Defensively, we're going to try to fly around and be as physical as we possibly can be. Speed is going to be the key. We're going to recruit and put speed on the field. There'll be times we may be a little bit smaller at times, but it'll be about trying to get the speed that we want to be able to cover grass and be violent and physical at the point of attack. And then special teams will be something we spend a tremendous amount of time on. It's something I get involved in every phase. We'll be as innovative as we can be in special teams and make sure that is a place that we feel like we can gain an advantage. If somebody overlooks special teams, we feel like we're gonna have a chance to win a game there. So fast, physical football, and it'll be fun to watch because we'll definitely do some things that are on the cutting edge in every phase.
Coach, a lot of the different coaches have kind of talked about how impressive it's been with all the different coaches Arkansas State's had and how they've been good. What do you think you bring that maybe some of the other coaches haven't brought?
Just my personality. I'm different than those guys. The tradition's built in, the fan base is built in, the kids have learned to deal with transition probably better than you can imagine. It's just the personality of me and the guys that I've got on my staff. It's different. We're high energy. We're running around. There's music blasting in practice. There's guys chest bumping and waving towels, as y'all know Trooper will do from time to time. Just that is just a personality change. It still comes down to fundamental football and playing and executing, and we're not going to overlook those things. But we create a different environment, and I think the kids have welcomed it. And I think the fan base likes it. Very interactive through media and social media and in the community, and I think all those things just are ways to build on the success of the past. I mean, you still have to do the fundamentals. We're going to do those, but those are things I think that have made it maybe more enjoyable for the kids a little bit in terms of the off season and transition, and hopefully the fans as well.
Coach, not having been here last season for the loss against Lafayette, Ark State beat them pretty bad the year before, then got it last year. Is there a sense of payback you can get amongst the players about that team? How do you evaluate them right now?
I haven't had one conversation about it, to be honest with you, and won't until the time comes. But I think you build in natural rivalries inside of a league, and when you've got two teams over the last few years that have played at the level they've played, it just kind of becomes a natural rivalry to some degree. They both know that the road to the championship kind of goes through the other. When other guys step up and get in that position, then they'll be added to the mix, and somebody's sure to do that this year. But it's obvious the last 2 years they knew that that's where they had to go to win it, and so that creates me a great game.
Coach, how about Sterling and JD, the two guys that are here? Can you talk a little bit about what they bring to the team?
Leadership, for one. Both are great leaders. Work ethic, phenomenal. Two of the toughest guys we got on the team. Both are, really they're guys that have every facet of what we want a college football player to be. Both are doing well in the classroom and are going to get their degrees. Both are involved in the community and community service projects. Both are leaders on and off the field, and they show up and play, and they do their jobs, and they're very unselfish. They get the recognition that they deserve, but they don't ask for it. So it's just a model of what you want guys to want to be. And so it's neat to bring them down today and let them get the recognition they deserve. But neither one of them would ever ask to be in the position they're in. They just go to work.
What was your first impression of JD?
Well, he's my first impression of him in person is that what you see on film it doesn't even do him justice. Because when you find out what kind of person he is and what kind of work ethic he has, when arguably your best skill player is your hardest worker, then you got something special. That's exactly what we got. There's nobody that outworks him. He is, without a doubt, one of the best skill players in the league. He's, if not the best, one of the top 2 or 3 on our team for sure, and depending on what he's doing at the time. But you wouldn't know it by talking to him. He just is very humble and works. I asked him on the way down here if he was going to take a few days to go home and take a break. The guys get a few days off. He said, "Coach, I'm going to stay here with Coach Steve and get ready." I mean, that's his personality. So if you got that kind of guy, you got a chance to be something special.
You probably don't get a whole lot of anything from talking to him. He's kind of a quiet guy. I mean, do you get much out of it?
You got to pull every word out. He'll smile and laugh a little bit. He's got a good personality. He just he's slow to speak. He wants to listen first, take it all in. He wants to make sure he's thought it through. He's very calculated, and he's a very respectful, young man that cares about his family. Ask him on the way down as well. What motivates you to play? And first, my family does. So, really enjoyed getting to know him. And film is great. Obviously, does some special things. But once you get to know him in person, you want him to succeed, and he will.
Last year, they used him a lot of ways, almost returning kicks, wide backfield. You envision that same kind of role? I mean, you probably, as an offensive guy, kind of like a piece that you can use almost anywhere, right?
He will fit us perfectly. The system that we run, we've always looked for kind of an all-purpose back. Our A back is our all-purpose back position. He is exactly what we look for. physical in and out of the backfield. We'll get into him a lot of different ways. We know how special he is. We're better when he's got the ball in his hands. He'll be involved in special teams as a returner as well. We'll hand the ball to him. We'll throw it to him. He needs to get a lot of rest and a lot of fluid during the week because we're gonna make sure we get all of it we can on Saturday.
Coach, do you expect any contributions from any true freshmen that are coming in?
You know, they've all been challenged to step up and try. We've got enough holes to fill, and we're thin enough at some spots where every one of them is going to have that opportunity. A lot of them came in early in the summer and have had a good summer to get acclimated. How quickly they transition and learn and respond, everybody's different, but really every spot is available for a freshman to step in, if not in a day-to-day role, but at least as a backup role. Very thin up on the D-line. We need those guys to step up day one. We're thin on the O-line as well. We need some of those guys to step up as well. If Michael Gordon goes down, I couldn't tell you who's going to emerge and be the guy. So we've got opportunities for freshmen there as well. JD needs a solid number 2 to back him up. So there's plenty of opportunities for freshmen to come into play.
Coach, your seniors have been